In this video, I'm going to show you how you can style your headings, your paragraph, and your links using the plugin. So let's take a look at this example blog post here. You can see that we have a few H2s, some H3s, and some links. Let's go over to the H2 settings. I'm going to toggle off apply settings and click save. Jump back over here and you'll see that if I refresh, instantly those styles for the H2 are removed. So let's go back on, toggle them on. We'll hit save and let's go through the settings. The first thing is custom font. So if you want to use a custom font, all you have to do is upload the font to your Showit media library. Head over to Showit under media library right here. You can create a fonts folder by clicking this add new folder and then just naming it fonts, and then uploading your fonts to your media library, and then click this little chain link icon over the font that you want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Jump back over to the plugin and you're just going to paste that link that you just copied right into this custom font field area. Now you don't have to upload a .woff font file. You can use TTF, OTF, WOFF, or WOFF2. So just paste that link there. And now the plugin is going to read that font file and use it for our H2s. If you don't have a custom font, you can come down here and click under font family. And there's a handful of safe web fonts. And then every Google font available is in this as well. So let's say you're using Carla, which is a Google font. You just type in Carla and your font will show up just like that. For this one, again, I'm going to use a custom font. Text align, so obviously this is going to align the text to the right or to the left. We're just going to select left because we want all of our H2s aligned to the left. Now if I hit center, you'll see I can hit save. And I can jump back over here and I refresh. You'll see that my H2 is now centered, and I turn those styles back on so you'll see that it's styled a bit differently. Let's go back over here, left, hit save, refresh. You can see that these edits are instant. So let's go back down here. Text transform is going to be how the heading is cased. So we have title case, uppercase, and lowercase. Let's go ahead and click uppercase. We hit save and refresh. You'll see that it does just that. But we're going to leave ours to none. Hit save. Text decoration. Solid just means it's going to be a solid line underneath it, so like an underline. If I hit refresh, you'll see that it's just like that. You can go through and play with some of these doubles, just a double underlined, dotted underlined, dashed underlined, wavy underline, overline kind of adds a line above and below it. So we can refresh, you'll see just like that. Again, you probably won't use a lot of these. Line through is like a strike through. So most of the time, you'll probably just use none. Now font size, if you come down here, you'll see font size unit. So you can select your unit. You can use pixels, M's, or anything. Most of you will just use pixel, so I'll just leave it on pixel. And so we're going to have our font size be 35 and our line height be 35. If we want to make these headings a little bit smaller, we can actually come back over here. Let's do 26, and I'm going to match the line height and then hit save. So you can see just like that, it made it a little bit smaller. But I prefer my headings a little bit bigger, so I'm going to change it back to 35 and then match the line height. You can do letter spacing and word spacing as well. So letter spacing in pixels is going to add some space between the letters. Take a note down here. If I add 5 and I click out, you'll see that it adds 5 pixels in between each letter. Let's add 0 again, and then word spacing, we can actually add space between the words. Back down to 0, so just kind of default. And then our font color here, we can add a different font color if we want. Let's hit save, go back over here, refresh. You can see that that looks pretty good as well. But because our H3s are this brown color. I'm going to turn this back to the darker color here. And that is how you edit your headings. Let's take a look at paragraphs. Paragraphs are going to be the same settings here. So you have your font family, your custom font ability here, font size, line height, letter spacing, font color, and then the margin and the padding. So let's play with margin and padding for the paragraph. Now, margin is what you'll probably use most. It's going to add space in between your paragraphs and whatever comes close to your paragraph. So this right here is just one single paragraph. Currently, we have it set to have 0 margin above, so it's not adding any extra space above this paragraph or above this paragraph. But you can see we do have 10 pixels of margin below each paragraph. Now, if I remove that, let's see what that does. It's going to remove all of this space right here. So you'll see your paragraphs are really close together now. Now I like a little bit of space between my paragraphs. It makes it a lot easier for the user to read. So let's actually go up to 20, and then I'm going to do 10 on top as well. So we're going to go a little bit more extreme here just to give you an example. Now that actually looks pretty good. So there's 10 pixels of margin above this paragraph and 20 below. And then there's 10 above this and 20 below this. So technically there's 30 pixels of margin in between each of these paragraphs. So this is a really great way to be able to space out all of your paragraphs within your blog. Now again, you can do this for your headings as well. So let's go ahead and click on heading 2. And you'll see that I have quite a bit of margin on my headings, 50 above and 30 below. That's why all the space is showing up here. I have 50 pixels of margin here and then 30 below. So let's actually add maybe some more. So we can do 80 and 50, and you'll see a bit more of an extreme version, just like that. So obviously I think I like the 50 and 30 more, so I'm going to change that back and hit save, and it's saved. The last thing I want to show you is the links. So if you click on link, hit apply styling. Now this is going to adjust the link color and the hover color, and then you can set the text transform and text decorations for the normal link and then for the hover state as well. So we can see we have some links here. So let's say, well, if you notice when I hover over this, it just has a little bit of an opacity change. But let's say when I hover over this, I want it to underline as well. So hover state typography, we can go to text decoration and do solid underline. Let's hit save. Go back over here, we refresh, and now when I hover over those, you'll see that they are underlined as well. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out.